Alright, here's our video for adding and subtracting integers, part 1. Okay, today our learning target is students will be able to add and subtract integers. So we're going to do some basic integer work, and we're going to use some number lines to help us. We're going to be adding and subtracting integers. So make sure you write down the title at the top so I can see it when I'm grading it, and make sure you write down that learning target. If you need to pause, go ahead. I'm going to move on to the next screen. Alright, make sure you write these down as I go over them. We have rules, okay? If the two terms, so the two numbers we're adding together, if the two terms have the same sign, both positive or both negative, you add them together, and then you put the corresponding sign in front, which means if they're both positive, you put the positive sign in front. If they're both negative, add them together and put the negative sign in front. So it should be easy if they have the same sign. Just add them together and put that sign in front of it. Now, if the two terms have different signs, that means one of them is positive and one of them is negative, and it doesn't matter which one is which. If one of them is positive and one of them is negative, you're going to subtract the two terms. Alright? And just subtract them like you do any whole numbers. Put the bigger number on top and subtract them. Then you have to decide if it's positive or negative because they're not the same. They have one of each. Here's how you decide. You put the sign from the number with the greatest absolute value. Absolute value, remember, is its number's distance away from 0. So the number that's further away from 0, that's the one that gets the sign. Okay? And that is how you add and subtract integers. Okay? You add them if they have the same sign. You subtract them if the terms have different signs. Okay? If you need to finish writing that down, go ahead. Otherwise, I am going to move on to our first example. Okay. In example number 1, I'm going to show you how this works using a number line. So this is a visual aid to help you. So our first example, we have 4 plus 6. So I'm going to make a number line. Okay, and they're both positive, so I'm going to start with 0 here. And I'm going to go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the first number was going to take us to 4. That's our first number. Then our second number says add 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're both positive, which means they're both going to the right. Positive numbers go to the right, and they're going in the same direction. This, what I did up here above the numbers, is another way to help us figure out what's going on. And we go 6 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to there, and that's 10. And that's how we get our answer of 10. Now, I know that seems pretty basic, and I know that, but I wanted to show you. Now, in problem B, we're going to just use a number line. So I'm going to make a number line. Here's 0. Our first number says negative 4. Negative means go to the left, so that means I'm going to go to the left to negative 4. 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's negative 4. My second number says, okay, continue going to the left 6 more spots. Notice my arrows above my number. Okay, so for A, they're going to the right because they're positive. For B, they're going to the left because they're negative. It tells me which direction I'm going. So in B, I already went negative 4, so now I'm going to go to negative 6. More spots to the left. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is where I'm going to get to my answer, and that's why my answer is negative 10. Okay? So if they have the same sign, you add them together because they're going in the same direction, and that's what I wanted you to get from there. Okay? I'm going to move on. If you need to pause, go ahead. Alright, in example 2, now we're not going to use a number line, we're just going to do these. Now I'm going to use the arrows above the number because I'm going to use that to help me determine if they're going in the same direction, which means add them together, or they're one of each sign, which means they're going in different directions, so we're going to subtract them. Okay? So, negative 20 means go to the left. Negative 13 means go to the left. So I have my two terms, negative 20 and negative 13. They're both going in the same direction. They're both negative, and we're under the same sign, going in the same direction. I add them together. 20 plus 13 is 33. And since they're going to the left, that makes them negative 33. Okay? For B, 18 goes to the right, 11 goes to the right. I'm just doing this one so you don't forget how to add 18 plus 11. That's still 29, and it's positive because they went to the right, and the right is positive. Okay? Again, these arrows I have above the numbers are great helpful hints. I would be doing that on your problems until you get really good at these just to help you. Okay? If you need to pause, go ahead. Otherwise, I am moving on to the next examples. In example 3, we're going to use a number line again. Notice my problems are going in different directions. Negative 7 goes to the left, 4 goes to the right. So you can see my arrows are going in different directions. This is why we're subtracting them, because we're trying to find the difference between them, because they are going in different directions. Okay? So when I do this problem, I'm going to use a number line to show you. The first number says go to -7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's -7. So my first number tells me to go to -7. Then my second number says add 4. Adding 4 means go to the right 4 spots. So now I'm going to go to the right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that ends me up right there. Okay, and when I look at where that is on the number line, 1, 2, 3, that's -3. So my answer is -3. My first number went left 7. My second number said go back right 4. And you go from where you left off after the first number. It's kind of continuing. Okay. In problem B, the first number is 6. That goes to the right. The second number is -3. That goes to the left. They're going in different directions. Okay. So the first number says go to 6. Here's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I go to 6 with the first number. And then the second number says go to -3. So that means I go left 3 spots. I'm going back 3. That's what -3 means. I go back 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. So I'm going back 3 spots, which is right there. So when I count that, 1, 2, 3, I'm on the third mark. So my answer is 3. This is why we're subtracting the numbers, guys, because they're going in different directions. Positives move you to the right, negatives move you to the left. Okay? Let's try our last example. If you need to pause, go ahead. In example 4, we're not going to use the number line, but I'm still going to use my arrows above to help me. 12 means go to the right, so I'm going to go to the right. -9 means go to the left. Why am I doing these arrows? So I can recognize whether or not I'm going in the same direction, add them, or different directions. Subtract them. So this one has one positive, one negative, one of each sign, so I'm going to subtract them. So all I'm going to do is 12 minus 9. 12 minus 9 is 3. Now I look at my answer. 12 is further away than 0 than -9. Okay, the absolute value of 12, and you would not have to show this work, you would just do this in your head, equals 12. The absolute value of -9 is 9, and since 12 is greater than 9, 12 was your positive number, so your answer is positive. Okay, I went 12 spots to the right. I went more positive. I did not come back enough to cross 0. You have to think about when you're going the opposite direction. Do you go back over 0 or not? And I went to 12, and I did not have enough with -9 to get back past 0. Okay, and B, -21 and 28. -21 is going to take me to the left. Positive 28 is going to take me to the right. So they're going in different directions. So I am going to subtract them. 28 minus 21 equals 7. Now I have to decide if it's positive or negative. Okay, 28 has a greater absolute value, and 28 is positive, so my answer is positive. In this example, if you think of a number line, you went to -21, and then 28 was more, so you went back over 0 and ended up in the positives, and that's why your answer is positive. Okay, if you need to go back and rewatch anything, go ahead. Otherwise, have a great night.